think I'm gonna make a video out of this one because it's something that I'm trying to figure out. Haya, right? And I feel like I hear this word a lot, but in terms of trying to actually understand, it's kind of so noisy. I'll stop talking for a bit. Maybe I should walk in the park. The park could be nicer and quieter. But yeah, when people talk about hair, you see things like modesty and shyness, and like there was a halaqah back in work when people talk about Haya, and I think here as well people were doing like a whole Haya thing. But anyway, it's a topic that I've been trying to, I don't remember what sparked up but initially, but it's like it's regained momentum now again. It's like I'm trying to watch a video, I was reading this article on Islam Q&A, and like people have anyway, I like the article I read on Islam Q&A because it goes against, I guess, my default meaning of what I think Haya is, because we talk about how Haya is not having shyness or not being able to tell someone when they're doing something wrong. And I love the definition of this video I watched, which I'll link here. She said like having Haya is when you recoil from doing something that displeases Allah. And obviously you said obviously that's Haya towards Allah, but like, you know, Haya towards like your family and stuff, it's not wanting them to know of, like, for example, something bad that you're doing that you think will displease them. So yeah, people put like shame, shyness, modesty and all of that stuff. And I think for me, because when people describe all this, well, just like, does that mean I will never have Haya? Because like, I'm a bold person. Like in if I see something wrong, I have to hold myself back to not tell people who are like trying to vape in the train station to stop vaping, because I'm like, oh, exactly, because like to me I'm like, this is wrong, you shouldn't do it, I should tell you to not do this thing. But at the same time I'm like, am I being arrogant by, you know, trying to tell them as opposed to letting, you know, like the staff members do their job? But yeah, because, and when I think of people who are like extreme shyness, and people use like words like bashfulness, I feel like that is such a, what's the word, like a faux ami. So like in French it's like faux ami, where like words that make you think there's something else but they're not. I think it's like, is it stylo? Anyway, there are words in French that look like words in English, but they're not that word in English. But essentially like bashfulness, it seems like, you know, someone who, when I think of something like bashful, like you're bashing into something, but bashful is actually like extreme shyness. Anyway, I was just thinking like, these are not me. And like, you know, apparently this hadith, I'll quote it, where it says like, you know, you won't taste Jannah until you have Haya, because like Haya and Iman go well together. I'll put that in here. And then it wants to be landscape. Let's see if that changes. I want it to be landscape. But I also don't want to record other people. I think when it started, but like I will have it be like this. And yeah, so what was I saying? So yeah, Haya, and what I think that is. Oh yes, when I think of Haya, like, you know, extreme shyness, like this image of this time we're doing iftar back in undergrad. I'm at Cambridge, and I remember someone, like this girl, I don't know, anyway, I don't know her background or whatever, you know, like some people can't eat burgers just like, you know, with their hands, and they prefer to use like a knife and a fork and stuff. And I was just thinking maybe that's just the kind of person she was, but she was taking like mice bites, like this is like the whole burger, and like just having like little bites on that. And she obviously held it in her hand, or I guess it was uncomfortable for her to hold it, I don't know what's happening, but I think she was just like, exactly, because like with the interpretation of Haya that I guess I currently have in my mind, which is like why I'm trying to research properly, it doesn't seem like something that I can have, because like to not be it just sounds like not being confident. It sounds like, and I know obviously like I'm going to, by the time I post this, inshallah, oh my god, look at that squid roll, oh my god, it looks like it's trying to fight me. Anyway, I should leave it be. But yes, it seems, yeah, I don't know, what was I saying? Squirrel something. Oh yes, the way she was trying to eat that, to me That just seems like you're not having confidence. I feel like people say, oh my gosh, she's so shy, and like, why? It just seems like you're not confident to eat your food properly. It's food, eat it. Maybe she didn't like it. I don't know, but like, that's what comes into my head when I think of like extreme shyness. And I was like, that can't be me, bro. But then when I think of like Islam, when I think of, because like there are lots of words associated, you know, obviously it's an Arabic word, and translating it might be a bit, you know, tricky, so they have to use like synonyms, etc, and other words like modesty. And when I think of modesty as moderation, not just like, you know, modesty in terms of how you look, because I feel like that's the first thing people think of, modesty as in moderation, that makes sense. You know, you want to be moderate in your actions. And I remember like in this khutbah they were talking about like, you know, be moderate in the speed which you walk upon the earth. Now what I need to know, I'm always like trying to move quickly from somewhere else. But yeah, modesty and moderation as an understanding of Haya kind of like, I guess, makes more sense to me. So, but again, even that, being modest, it's like it's relative, because like for someone having like, you know, a large mansion might not be modest for them because of, you know, the amount of money that they have. But to them it's modest because like they could have had like a castle. Like they're being modest and moderate in how they're spending their money. Yeah, so yeah, modesty is relative and for different people, and if you know what your and obviously modesty is relative, but also there are levels to modesty as well. You know, someone who has, I don't know, £1 million in their bank account might be modest for them to only spend, you know, a quarter of that on their house or something. But even then, someone might even want to spend less. But obviously, thinking about Islam and having to be comfortable and stuff, you don't like to starve yourself and your family because you want to be modest or moderate. Moderate means not being on the extreme end of, what should I say? I don't want to call it stinginess, but moderate in terms of like, let's talk about use of something. You want to use your money moderately, not too extravagantly, and obviously not to the extent where it's like, you know, you're being stingy and being overly frugal. Yeah, so I'm gonna watch, I guess, to be continued of what this Haya mean. I'm gonna watch these 2 videos. Okay, I've watched that one, and that one gave me like a good thing. I haven't commented on it. When you recoil for something from things that are not, so the things that are haram, things that are not pleasing to Allah, that's the level of like shyness and modesty you want to have. Yeah, in terms of for Allah, you know, obviously you can have that for people and stuff. But yeah, I'm watching this other video is quite long, it's like an hour long, but I just thought, just to, I guess, as a friend, okay, I don't know what's the name she said, but like, she likes doing like learning outlines. That's like the, it's called Learn, Practice, Apply server, and like this, I guess, is part of like my, because I like saying things instead of like writing things out. This would be like a learning outline that I would write to myself with all like, you know, the references I'm gonna put in, but instead it's a video. My learning outline video of what Haya is, and to be continued once I've watched this video and like looked up the hadiths and stuff, and inshallah I'll be able to understand that better, because there's something I want to embody, especially this hadith about like, you know, Haya and Iman being like what would take us to Jannah. I definitely want that, and I would like to share that with other people as well, so they can work on that themselves, have a proper understanding of it, so I can do that. Inshallah I will. Oh yeah, mashallah.